Welcome back. Back in the Conversation Corner. September 23rd, Democrat Adelita Grijalva won a special election in Arizona to fill the seat vacated by the death of her late father, Raul. Today, exactly 1 month later, she's still not a member of the House. Why? Because the House isn't in session, and the Speaker's not moved on that at all, even though there's a lawsuit pending from Arizona to get her seated in the House of Representatives. David Becker joins me now, CBS News election law expert, political contributor, as well as executive director for the Center for Election Innovation and Research and co-author of a very good book called The Big Truth. You know the co-author somewhat well.
Yeah.
David, good to see you.
He's excellent.
Highly overrated. Give me your thoughts on Adelita Grijalva and this situation. Stuck in...
Yeah, as you noted, it was a year ago today that she was elected.
A month ago.
I'm sorry, a month ago, thank you. And the election is not in question. Her opponent is not questioning the election.
No.
It was certified 9 days ago by the state of Arizona. This is relatively unprecedented that we've had to wait 30-plus days to get a duly elected member of the House of Representatives seated. Because
all those constituents in that district have no representation.
They have no representation. Yes, the House is out of session, but also the Speaker controls when the House is in session and could call a session to swear her in. In previous elections,
could swear her in on a pro forma session.
Exactly. Earlier this year, there were special elections in Florida. Literally within 1 day, those members were sworn in of the election, not of certification. She has now waited a month. And it really calls into question whether this is an erosion of norms of some sort, because it is unusual, and whether or not there's going to be some pressure one way or another with regard to the seating of duly elected members of Congress, even if they're of the other party than the majority, when they get elected and seated. It's something that's never really been an issue before.
Right, and there is no shutdown exemption for swearing in a duly elected certified member of Congress.
No, because the House controls when it's in session or not.
Right.
The House isn't shut down. The House could be in session anytime the Speaker decides it should be. And it's just, again, it really calls into question whether we're seeing some kind of change in how the House operates in a more partisan way.
David, you watch voting all the time. Early voting stats in Virginia and New Jersey for the governor's races. What do we know?
This is some really good news. What we're seeing in some
high participation.
What we're seeing in early voting numbers from states like Virginia, over 750,000 early votes already cast in Virginia. We're still 2 weeks out from the election. In New Jersey, they haven't even started early voting yet. It starts on Saturday. Over 400,000 mail ballots already returned. And in California, where most voters are only seeing one item on their ballot. It's a statewide election that wasn't supposed to happen until a couple months ago.
Because redistricting.
Exactly. There's now a redistricting referendum on the ballot. So there might be one item on the ballot. About 3.5 million ballots have already been returned in California, which is on pace with a presidential election at this time. So what we're seeing is voters are still saying they trust elections, elections matter, and they want to have a voice.
When you say in New Jersey, early voting hasn't started, but there are already 400,000 mail ballots. Just the audience understand what you mean by that.
So mail ballots were sent out weeks ago, and 400,000 of those voters have returned those mail ballots. That doesn't mean we know how those people voted. They haven't tabulated them.
Dealt with or processed until that doesn't start till Saturday.
They have them in. They're going to start pre-processing them. They're not going to know who those people voted for. But on Saturday, early in-person voting starts, and so we're going to see even more people voting.
Which is a different kind of early voting than voting by mail.
That's right.
An important clarification, and you have important clarifications every time you sit in that table. David Becker, thank you very much.
Thank you,
I appreciate it.